There's a man in D.C. He stands 6'3". He's fighting for you. He's fighting for me. He'll drain that old swamp, just like he said. He'll make a man.
Hey, 560 KBLU. Start with you. It's Monday morning. Happy Monday. Phone lines are open 928-344-5258. It's ringing. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Russ. How are you?
Good.
I had a question, man. First of all, I just heard these small group of protesters out there on 4th Avenue, on the corner of 4th Avenue and 16th Street. It's not even a big group; it's a small group.
Yeah.
Bunch of whiners, complainers. Complain. Yeah, it's and of course our so-called. I don't watch our local news because, in my opinion, I think it's terrible local news. It's pathetic when you consider the size of Yuma and Imperial Valley, and our local news is in dire need of a revamping. It's terrible. They don't seem to report anything when we have pro-Trumpers out there, people out there waving Trump flags or out there on the corners. I don't ever recall the so-called local news here in Yuma. Again, which I think is bad local news. It's not even local news in my opinion. Anyways, moving on. First of all, I want to say ice in, okay? That Bad Rabbit last night on the Grammys saying ice out,
Bad Rabbit.
or whatever, Bunny or whatever.
Bad Bunny, that's it. Bad.
Yeah, ice out. No, I say ice in.
Yeah.
And I want to tell anyone out there, any ICE agents out there who may be listening, Border Patrol, our protectors, our men and women in uniform who are protecting this country. I just want to say thank you. We got your back. Don't pay no mind to these small group of agitators. We're just they're just paid agitators. They have to understand that the vast majority of this country supports ICE. We love you guys and women, and we thank you for everything you do. That's what I wanted to say. Really, we can't let a small group of agitators, who are paid agitators, take over. And so I think we need to hear more of that. More appreciation to our ICE agents, our police, our Border Patrol. You have Democrats that don't give a damn about Americans and our safety. I think it's really disgusting. It's the devil. I always say it's just the devil trying to destroy this country. And until we get back, I'm not getting all religiously, but I think this country has gone off the beaten path and has chosen a more demonic means of embracing evil.
Yeah.
And I had a question about Elon Omar. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what she's still doing in Congress, Russ. Can you shed some light on that? I mean, can you please, I wanted to move on and ask that question about Elon Omar. What is she still doing in Congress? Why? I mean, she's a liar. She makes things up. She's not doing anything. She doesn't. I don't hear her passing any bills or anything that are for the betterment and her citizens of her Minnesota, or for that matter, I never see her doing anything productive. Nothing. She lies. She's over there talking about impeaching. This is before whoever this guy was that sprayed vinegar on her. She talking about that she needs to resign or she's going to be impeached. I mean, what are you doing in there? Is my question. Why is she still in Congress?
Yeah. Well, you're speaking for somebody from Arizona. See, she doesn't represent us.
No.
She represents. She represents that group. That district that she's in.
Right.
And those are Somali pirates, man.
Elon Omar, Minnesota, Congresswoman.
Yeah.
I mean, but what is she still doing in Congress?
Because her constituents put her in there, and she hasn't done anything, or at least hasn't been accused of anything formally of anything illegal.
So Russ, if I lied on it, if I was here in this country, I mean, I was born in America. I was blessed to be born here, and I lie. But if let's say, for example, I apply for immigration, I lie on my immigration form. I say that I'm married, but it's really to my sister. As that sounds, what do you think would happen to me if they found out?
Well, if you lie on an immigration form, then that becomes null and void if it's proven to be false
Well, what's all
pretenses.
this? That she married her brother or something like that.
Well, she married her brother to
and-
get him
and
in, not him to get her in.
But that's illegal, though.
Yes.
She committed a federal crime.
Yes.
So you're telling me that they want to talk about Trump being a convict or whatever. He was. I mean, what about her?
Well,
I mean,
yeah, quite possibly she broke laws there, but that's yet to be adjudicated, or even she's not been arrested on any of that. But even if she is, she was already a citizen.
She's a liar.
She doesn't lose her citizenship because of a breaking a law.
Well, our Congress. I mean, I'm not happy with it one bit. It's slowly but surely becoming contaminated with a bunch of radicals. And if we don't get a hold on that until we realize that, we're going to be in big trouble because they're infiltrating our Congress, or the halls of Congress, our legislation.
Yeah.
It's not good. Another thing I wanted to hit on was all this gerrymandering. The state of Virginia, this lunatic governor that just took over, finding out she's more radical than what she campaigned on.
Oh, yeah.
She all of a sudden she wants to start gerrymandering the whole state now. California is trying to do it. I understand that those are still in the courts. That they're still trying to figure out, or they're still trying to. I don't know. The Republicans or those states have taken it to court.
Well, California is on a voter referendum. I don't think that's been through yet, but
Okay, well,
the courts are already. The courts are going to allow the states to do what the states do as long as it's within the state laws and federal laws. Like Texas, Texas got to do it. Now, all the Dem states are already so gerrymandered. I don't know how they squeeze another seat out of it. I don't know.
Which is what I'm talking about. So that's still being held up in court because we know when the Democrats gerrymander, it's because this is for democracy and this is for we have to have everyone represent. When the Republicans do it, like Texas, it's racism.
Yes.
They're trying to disproportionate, which is a bunch of bull.
Yeah.
It's okay when the Democrats do it. It's justified.
Yeah.
We know why the Democrats are doing it. This lunatic governor, Spamberger, she takes over the state of Virginia. Which I don't know. God, I have so many idiots out there that don't understand. Or they're just ignorant. They vote these Democrats in, and right away. I was listening to radio right now before your show came on about all these programs that she's trying to implement. It's just going to end up raising taxes. Well, then you get what you deserve.
Well,
so much.
In essence, but we need to keep fighting that, just like you're doing now. You need to keep reminding people that these radical left, that if they get everything they want, we lose everything we have.
Man,
yeah, we lose. We become heavily taxed. We're gonna lose a lot of our freedoms. They went after the First Amendment right away. I mean, under Biden. And it was Elon Musk that opened up X again, because we had government agents and all these social media.
Well, they want to censor conservative talk.
Sure.
I mean, they call Trump a dictator. They say he's the dictator. He's when it's really they're just projecting who they are onto Trump and onto Trump supporters or MAGA or whatever you want to call us.
Yeah.
But this gerrymandering thing is what concerns me. I thought Ron DeSantis.
Gerrymandering's legal. Gerrymandering's very legal.
If you do it right. I mean, if you're just doing it for political gain.
Yeah, I mean, you have to go within the laws, the Constitution of the state, the Constitution of the country, and some states allow it, throughout the year. Some don't, and that's what California's doing right now. They have to go to vote a referendum to change it. That's going to be a legal avenue for them.
That's right, because they're not doing it right. So I'm saying, if you gerrymander based on, if you're doing it because, we really, really have to do this because and you've got all the documentation and the reasons. Otherwise, this is why Virginia and California right now, this whole gerrymandering is being dealt with in the courts right now. Texas had a reason. I mean, they had legitimate reason to gerrymander. They showed all the proof. This is why everyone's leaving California and going to Texas. I mean, so Texas was right. There was rationale behind them gerrymandering, but Virginia and California, they're only doing it for political gain because they want to make sure that those states never, ever, ever become red. And
Right.
that's
They
illegal. So
that's the reaction to Texas doing it. But see, the Democrats have always been doing it. You can look at the gerrymandering maps from every state, and the
Right.
Democrats like Illinois and California. I mean, but it's legal for them. You can't.
It's legal.
It's legal. Yeah.
So why is it being held? Why is it going to the Supreme Court?
Well, because some states have broken their own laws and stuff to do it, or there's been accusations, ridiculous accusations of racism and stuff, like in Texas.
Oh, it's always like that. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
When we do it, when Republicans do it, it's racism. We're intentionally trying to disproportionate.
As far as I know, I don't know any Republican that cared about race. They cared about getting the Republicans in power to enact common sense and lower taxes and more individual control versus collectivism.
No, I agree, 1,000%. You know, there's legitimate reason when states like Texas and Florida. I don't know what Florida's waiting for. I mean, I thought DeSantis was talking about redistricting certain areas in Florida.
I think he was. I don't know. I mean, but I thought he was doing something.
Well, there was one district that DeSantis was talking about like 4 or 5 months ago on Fox and Friends, that there's a district that they're looking at that they're considering redistricting because you know what, Russ? We're going to lose the House. I hate to say it. We're going to lose the House in November. We might hold on to the Senate, but we're going to lose the House.
And history would prove you right. I mean, history shows that. The Trump administration feels they've got a way of mitigating and blocking that to where it doesn't happen. I sure hope they're right, and I would support that.
I mean, I was watching Melania. Me, my sister-in-law, my wife yesterday went to go see that movie, the documentary Melania. That movie, and by the way, so this, hey, KYMA, here's the news flash for you. That that theater, that room, that auditorium, what do you want to call it, was almost 75% full. And
that's at the Harkins, right?
That's a Harkins.
Okay.
So that's some, maybe KYMA might want to, rather than,
Did they say it was not very well attended?
It was 75. I would say 70, about 3/4 full, which is a lot considering nobody's going to the movie theaters anymore, hardly.
And it's a documentary, which doesn't get big
It's
crowds.
a documentary, yeah. But I'm saying,
was it worth the trip? Was it worth the trip?
Oh man,
you liked it?
Oh wow,
okay.
And that's why when I walked out, I told my wife and myself, it'd be really, really sad if these Democrats take over and destroy everything that all the progress that Trump has made and what our first lady. I mean, she is a beautiful, beautiful first lady. She's so becoming of a first lady, nothing like the ones we've had.
Oh, I know, but she's been hidden in the mainstream media. Won't even put her out there. She doesn't get the front page of any magazines.
Of course not. Of course not.
Michelle Obama got 3 on Vanity Fair.
Well, I would have never gone and seen a documentary on Michelle Obama. That's for sure. Yeah. Never. I'm not going to waste any money on that. There's no way. But what I'm saying was this documentary. It was beautifully laid out. It was beautifully orchestrated. The way they and directed. It was just amazing. So of course I walked out of there concerned that we're going to lose everything if these Republicans don't get on the ball. If this Pam Bondi, oh my gosh, don't get me started on her. She's, to me, as far as I'm concerned, she's not doing anything we're 1 year into this, Russ, this whole Trump thing, second term, and I'm not seeing anything as far as, what is she doing? I mean, you look at Shifty Schiff, you look at Comey, you look at LaQuisha James, you look at all these, you see what I'm saying? Where are the indictments? Where are the arrests? What has she done? That's enough. But there's just too much to talk about right now. There's too much.
Well, let me answer one of your questions on Florida. It looks like there's going to be a legislative session on April 20th to 24th to redraw the state's congressional maps. And the reason they're doing it is because of the Supreme Court ruling, which changed the gerrymandering laws, which it used to be by racial lines. It was required to have major, minority majority districts by race. And the Supreme Court said it's racist to do that, which, duh, we knew that. So he's going to redraw them in April.
Who? Who's this again?
Governor DeSantis in Florida.
Oh, right on.
Okay.
Oh, see? Oh, it's racist. But that spam hamburger over there in Virginia, that would-be murderer AG guy over there, that's not. I mean, can you imagine 3 bullets to the head and now he's the AG?
Well,
I mean, you're going to tell me the devil? You're going to tell me the devil's not roaming this country right now, Russ? Really?
Yeah.
It's evil. It's sinister. These Democrats. I mean, they're Democrats. I'll call them Democrats right now for the sake of it. I mean, they're on a mission. Listen, to destroy this country at all costs.
I think there's
and
a case to be made for
people
that.
do not what?
I think there's a case to be made for that. Yes.
And if we don't get on the ball, we don't start, we're going to lose everything because when these Democrats take over in November, it's going to be impeach, impeach, impeach. That's all we're going to hear. I'm hoping JD Vance gets it. It's imperative he gets it to continue this Trump these agendas that Trump. Otherwise, if a Democrat gets in there as president 28, 29 officially January 29, and they have the House. It's bad. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to be so destructive.
Yeah.
And I'm getting sick and tired of all this anti-ICE. You know what? ICE, I don't know. You might have some ICE people out there listening. Border Patrol, I know you've got a huge audience. So I just want to say I love you guys. You women, don't pay no mind to these lunatics on the street corners. ICE out, ICE out. You know what? ICE in. We got to clean up this mess.
Question for you. The protesters you claimed on 4th Avenue, was that this morning?
No, I was hearing it on that whatever you want to call it, local news.
Oh, local news. Okay, that was
right before I picked up, right before I turned the radio on.
Yeah.
There was a commercial. Make an ICE protesters. But where's MAGA anyways? Where are the Trump flags out? I don't see anything. Are we just laughing at these clowns?
Well, I'm not really a big fan of counter protests. Like they're going to be out there, so we should be right next to them or something. I don't want to do that.
I agree.
But there's a lot of plans to continue to push. The fair's coming up. There's going to be a big presence there. Of course, with the trolley's going to be back with Carl and all that stuff. So, I mean, we've been very visible. I can't tell you how many rallies there's been out on 4th Avenue, particularly with Carl Kaiser and the trolley and stuff.
Yeah, we have rallies here. We have pro-Trump, man. Co-Trump.
Yeah.
But you don't hear it on that local news. Question mark. It's I don't know. I'm just getting kind of I don't know, all this gerrymandering stuff and these
I'm in favor of the gerrymandering.
Give me a break.
I'm in favor of gerrymandering. It's completely legal.
I am too.
Yeah.
If you're doing it for reasons that are legitimate.
Right. Well, as long as you're not breaking your state laws or federal laws and doing it, it's completely legitimate. Yeah, it is. It's according to the state. So it's a state thing.
We know darn well that the Democrats don't play anything legal. They're on a mission to grab hold of this country and destroy it. They want to burn. Look, everything they say is for democracy. This is for democracy. It's for democracy. It's all lies. They can't stand this. Our Constitution. The Great Reset. Remember that one? The Great Reset.
Mm-hmm.
Remember they were talking about that back when that senile took over in 21.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Hey, one more question. I'll let you go. Do you think? Speaking of gerrymandering in Texas, man, I love Abbott, man. I think he's doing an awesome job, man. Just like DeSantis, two of the best governors in our union. Do you think that vile, filthy mouthed crackhead is she? You think she's on her way out?
Well, yeah, they've gerrymandered out her district, which she can always move to another district. She can always run in another district. But I don't think there's one favorable, but she's already put in for Senate. Now, I think the chances of winning Senate are tremendously slim in that state, but who knows? But I don't think she's gone. I think she's found an audience. She seems she's a Pied Piper for a lot of the radicals.
She's vile.
And she's going to
Wow.
continue to do podcasts and continue to do stuff.
That's
She's
nice.
not going away anymore. Stacey Abrams went away,
I haven't really heard from Stacey Abrams. It's a good thing. Oh, that's fine. They can podcast all they want. I could care less who's podcasting, who's on the air. But I don't. As long as you're not in Congress, contaminating our country, because that's where all the laws are made. That's where everything's said and done, and the signed, sealed, and delivered, and there you go. Yeah. I mean, but if the Republicans don't get on it, and we don't, because I'm not really, really happy with our Republicans right now. I'm sorry to say, I'm not. And
you're not happy with Republicans because you don't feel they do enough.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm not seeing, and I'm not really seeing a whole lot from Pam Bondi. I'm not seeing anything from her. What is she doing, Russ? Give me one thing she's done.
Well, I think she's busy. I think she's doing a lot, but she's brought some indictments, and they've gone away. They were, some of them were undone. I could get you. I need to look at a list. I'll get a list together and I'll take a look at it. But with like James Comey and stuff, some of that stuff slipped through. But I don't think it's over. I don't think it's done.
Is Abrego Garcia still roaming the streets?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, that's great.
But but I'm not going to judge her on that totally, man. I mean, believe me, they're not done with him, and they've pushed him out. Judges bring him back. I think it's been a travesty.
This is what they want. The Democrats want you guys. Listen, they don't give a damn about us Americans. They want these illegals in here so they can vote. They can vote, and it's all about power. It's all about taking over. What's it going to take? And taxes and inflation regulation. I don't understand why people can continue voting Democrat. I just don't understand. Unless they're just brainwashed. He's at the drive-by meetings. Is it that powerful? I mean, what happened to logic? What happened to common sense? I mean, if you like crime, high taxes, if you like gas prices at $5 a gallon, then vote Democrat. But I'm not getting it.
I know.
I'm not understanding. Hey, you know what? Everyone go see Melania. That is oh my gosh. She is so beautiful. That's my first lady.
Well, and she's smart. She's an intelligent lady, good business lady.
Golly, it's an awesome film. All right, Russ, I'll let you go, man.
Thank you,
I
sir.
got too much airtime. I appreciate
No,
it.
you didn't get
Everything.
too much at all. Take care, man. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, actually, a good call, frustrated call. But Abrego Garcia is out. I think December 30th, 25 after court battle. I think he's out on the streets right now. He won't stay. Abrego Garcia. I'll verify all that, but let me take a break, and I'll be back. AM 560 KBLU.
Forecast for today, 80 with partly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy and 51, 83 and sunny tomorrow, 59 tomorrow night. Not much wind the next 2 days. Winds will pick up again on Wednesday, but we'll warm to 86 for the high that day.
To be a part of Russ's show, call 928-344-5258. That's 928-344-5258.
Listen to KBLU from 8 to 9 every Monday morning to Life, Death, and the Law. Sean Garner and Adam Hansen discuss estate planning options. Learn how you can plan your estate using a will or trust to protect your family and secure your legacy. That's Life, Death, and the Law every Monday, 8 to 9 a.m. on 560 KBLU.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. After my husband died, the last thing I wanted to think about was money. Ethos made it affordable to get life insurance. Signing up was fast and 100% online. I knew that I could pay our mortgage and have food in the fridge. I could focus on my kids. No one ever tells you how much you're going to depend on that policy. I am so grateful we had coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
All right, do-it-yourselfer, you've got the idea, and you got your building supplies at Southwest Lumber.
That's right.
Now, all you need is a bunch of expensive tools to get the job done.
Oh, that's right.
And you know just the place to rent them. Southwest Lumber, your home for everything home improvement. Southwest Lumber has half-day to multiple-day rentals available on just about anything you need to finish the job. Rent equipment and tools on Saturday and Sunday. It's free. Stop in today at 1917 South Avenue B in Yuma. Southwest Lumber, ready for everything.
This is as real as it gets. Get up, get kids up, feed the dog, feed the kids, out the door, work, pick up kids, dinner, bath, bed, repeat. You strive all day to make life better for them, so why not make life better for you? Get strive-free checking at Avner Financial. No frills, no fuss, no monthly fee. Open a strive-free checking today at avnerfinancial.org. Certain restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
There's a man in D.C. He stands 63. He's fighting for you. He's fighting for me. He'll bring that one.
AM 60 KPMU Road Park with you. It's 30 on a Monday morning, beautiful day out, right? Which the country not enjoying that. Probably jealous of the beautiful days. I'll talk to you about that. Let me take a phone call. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Russ. How we doing?
Good morning, Carl.
You were talking about losing the house.
Well, it's always possible. Yeah, it's like
Well,
history shows it's a tough fight for a sitting president to keep his party in control of the House. Yeah.
well, that's right. And we're so close to losing the house in Arizona by one seat. Is that right?
Oh, you're talking about statewide. I was talking the feds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I apologize.
That's
I'm
fine.
worried about my state.
Well, I know. Me too. Me too.
And I tried to confuse you. And I
Yeah.
confused myself.
No, every seat
Yeah.
counts in the House.
Oh, yeah.
For the state also, and believe me, there's a lot of money and things that have gone into try to destroy Michelle Pena because it is such a narrow margin that we have, and Pena is in as a Republican that has won in an area that's predominantly Democrat.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so last time on Michelle Pena, they tried to do with an ugly face on her and treat her like a witch, and that didn't work. And so now what they're doing, they're paying people to run against her to try and split our vote so we won't just vote for Michelle Pena.
Well, I don't know who's being paid, but
I do, but I'm not going to say.
But quite often, candidates do get money from the party to for support. There's no question.
Oh yeah, well they have to.
Yeah, but that's all above board. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you have Democrats, and I don't know this for sure, but the way it works is you have Democrats paying somebody that says they're a Republican running against Michelle Pena. They just got to pump a lot of money. How many votes does it take? How many votes will it take for other two candidates to get to lose the House?
I don't know.
Because the only reason the Republicans can win now because of the two seats is they don't have enough votes yet to pull both candidates. They can only save one because the Republicans have enough votes to save Michelle Pena. But we have to only vote for Michelle Pena. If we don't,
you're talking about two people on the
we got
ballot.
two people on the ballot.
Yeah, because it's a House seat, so there's going to be two seats for each district.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that's how they're going to try and pull the House away from Arizona this time is just running more people against Michelle Pena.
Well, we'll see if that works. I mean, the last time they tried something didn't work. They put a lot of money into it. So
yeah, but
it's still up to the voters at the end of the day.
That's right. And you're exactly right. And that's why we need to go back to that single shot. If we don't single shot, we lose it.
Well, I don't know if that's. I don't know. I don't know if that's true, Carl. I don't know.
If I was in Las Vegas, I know where I'd be putting my money.
Okay.
if we single shot Michelle Pena, we are going to save the seat. If we vote for two or three people running for that seat in the Republican Party, we're going to lose the seat.
I understand, and we'll worry about that after the primary. Let's get through the primary first, and then we'll talk about that. Don't confuse the primary. This is a primary right now.
Yes,
yeah.
But the general is where the winner is.
Right, and we'll worry about that one at that time. But and that may be a good strategy. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, anyway, and on the Yuma Daily Dad, you know, I've known the Republicans have done many rallies up on 24th Street. I probably had the trolley up there a couple dozen times. And we only had the people from the Yuma Daily Dad one time come up there. And that was somebody new who just started working for him. And then after the article, he did have to kick us a little bit. So that's where your Yuma Daily Sun is.
All right.
So I wouldn't waste I quit taking the paper when the bird died. So.
Okay, Carl.
Have a good day.
Thank
guys.
you, sir. Bye-bye. Yeah, Mr. Carl out there does a lot of good work in the community. The let me see. I've got a note here from the one of the listeners that asked, was Melania more than her just being attractive, or did it have substance? And that's a great question. You know, our last first caller was talking about, you know, beautiful first lady and all that kind of stuff. I think he's just enamored with her, but my understanding, I haven't read any of the reviews, but I understand the reviews were negative going into this, and this is from professional reviewers, critics, lefties mostly, probably. Was skeptical and thought it was going to be a total bomb. It wasn't. In fact, it ended up getting, and they predicted empty theaters. It wasn't. And in fact, she broke records for documentaries. I guess it's the best documentary attendance the last 10 years. So, and it is at Harkins right now. So I'm glad to hear there were people there, but apparently, according to Rotten Tomatoes, it got 99%. I don't know who the 1% is that voted against it, but 99% positive that it was a documentary we're seeing. Let's take a phone call. You're on the air.
Good morning, Russ.
Good morning, OG.
Listen, Abigail Stamberger. They said she stopped in for a cup of coffee, and all of a sudden, we have the Communist Manifesto laid out in front of us.
Oh, okay.
I just think it's funny. All these black people in Virginia crying wolf. They waited for this. 77% of black men voted for Kamala Harris Marxist.
Yeah.
And the popular run from Minnesota. And they're like crying wolf. Give me a break.
Of course, she ran in Virginia. She ran as a moderate, just like Gallego, but
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now you're giving her a defense.
No, I'm telling you, she tricked the people. I'm agreeing with you. She absolutely tricked.
She did not.
All
She's
right.
a freaking Democrat. They have a Democrat platform, Russ.
Okay.
Understand that. Before you can be a Democrat, you have to abide by the platform, just like being a Republican. But the rhinos, they leave. No, you're giving her. This is why we're in trouble.
No, I'm
like no, you're giving her a defense.
I'm not giving her a defense. I'm telling you, she lied about who she was, unlike Mandami. Mandami didn't lie about who he was. He was upfront about it.
I'm trying to be funny. I have someplace I wanted to go with all this,
right.
And I wanted to be accurate while I'm being funny.
All
but
right.
yet you stick in that and you want to defend her.
I'm not defending her at all.
Yeah, you are.
I'm telling you, she lied when she ran.
Play our conversation back sometime. Just
All right.
come back.
All right.
You're always over me in a negative fashion.
Well, I would disagree.
If you're not negative on me, you're good. But nobody else do you do that.
All right.
So I'm always right. So I have to always be accurate.
Well, that's nice.
That being said, but I had someplace I want to go with this.
All right.
I'm going to tie in New York. Well, yeah, you're trying to play like the black people are all out there doing the right thing. They are voting communism. Nelson Mandela tried to overthrow his own government into a communist affair. That's why he got 30 years in African prison, didn't it?
Yeah. Well,
They have laws like we do, and he didn't survive it because he wanted to overthrow his own government into a communist regime. That's what Nelson Mandela wanted to do. Then you got this W.E.B. Du Bois.
Yeah, but
he lived to be 93 years old until 1968, but he died as a registered communist.
I'm accurate. I'm accurate in telling you this lady ran as a moderate Democrat, which was not true. She absolutely was not.
She was a Democrat. Now,
okay.
Now they had a black woman running against her.
Yeah.
Now these black people chose a white communist. That's what they did.
Yeah.
She's suicide, but they chose her. Now they're out here crying wolf like she lied to us. No, she didn't. They have a platform. Read their, or maybe they can't read in Virginia. That could be possible.
I think they can read. I think they can read.
Are you sure? I think what is it? 1 in 4 can't read at a grade level.
I've never heard that. Oh, at grade level, maybe. I don't know. I don't know that.
But anyway, what I wanted to do was I want to tie it all into Minnesota.
Okay.
People, they have not a clue what Trump is doing, and people, we are going to lose the midterm because stupid American voters are involved. Now, I'm going to repeat that. Stupid American voters has not a clue what the economic systems of the world and who designed it. They don't know. They don't know that Wall Street is actually our enemy. It really is. It is owned by 10%. 88% of the Wall Street is owned by 10% of the wealthy.
Yeah.
We covered this the other day, but people don't want to hear it. And they think we got a strong stock market, we have a strong economy. Wrong. It just means the wealthy are in good shape. That's all that means. I'm just sorry. But anyway, Minnesota.
What?
What is happening in Minnesota is all financed and designed by the Royal Institute of International Affairs. Damn it. Look it up. Don't just be talking. I'm scared to look up something that's the truth. The Royal Institute of International Affairs, its branch office in the U.S. is called the Council on Foreign Relations, from which Biden proudly announced that he headed up the biggest election fraud in history. And Pam Bondi hadn't gone after him. There's a video of him admitting his participation.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's in charge. Give me a freaking break. This is just as dirty as what we had before with Merrick Garland. Oh. Have you seen anybody charged with under Pam Bondi going like the Clintons? Have you? No.
Well, no. They've been invited to some congressional hearings and refused, but yeah.
Have you heard the media talk about Mondani's mama?
Yes.
With the tie-in with Epstein.
Yeah. It just recently came out, and yeah, that's...
Oh, well, I've known this for a couple of years.
I didn't.
Yeah, well, I did. Because Nick told me I had doing a conspiracy and I was crazy. There's a lot of things I can't tell you on your show because you'll attack every time.
All right.
I have to just hang back and let somebody else get first, and then I can come in and affirm it. That's all I can do with you.
Okay.
And you know that. Well, no, it's true. You don't want to be first to block. You're so scared of the freaking media. Don't cancel yourself or something.
I don't think so. But okay, if you say so, my friend.
Okay, I went to a war for this country.
Yeah.
Under with the understanding I could have been killed.
Right.
And had I been killed, I guess I would have had to accept that fact.
Sure.
Right?
Right.
But I was willing to do it. A lot of people are not willing to sacrifice certain elements of their lifestyle for what's right. They're just not. I do every day.
Well,
Minnesota, you got some elements. Someone needs to study the history of Minnesota. They have a rotten, terrible Nazi history during World War II. They really do. They want to say they had prison camps, but the camps were on farms. They send a Nazi prisoner to Minnesota to help them in the sub-zero weather, whatever dairy farms they had, whatever they had going on. And the Minnesotans grew and had an affection for the Nazi soldiers. Well, it's just like our boys. How stupid is that? It's kind of like youngins becoming cops.
Yeah. No, I know nothing. I don't know anything about that history, but yeah, interesting.
Well, I studied Minnesota history.
All right.
And World War II in the 40s.
All right.
They had a number of Nazi prison camps. And then a lot of Nazis after the war made a beeline, or you can call them Germans if you want to, but I call them Nazis because I've been up there in the 50s with my father, cattle and stuff. But anyway, the Germans made a beeline because it's kind of like-minded weather. If you've been to Germany and Minnesota, it's not the same crap, all right? In Iowa, the lakes and all that, the water, the moisture and the humidity, and the wet snow, and maybe it's about the same climate. And after that, then you had Hubert Humphrey, a heartbeat away from the presidency, a communist. We're talking in the 60s. And they want to pass him off as a moderate. Then his protege, Walter Mondale, which ended up being the vice president of Jimmy Carter, who signed into law the 10th plank of the Communist Manifesto, which took away control of academics. And that's where anybody under the age of 60 was affected by Jimmy Carter. Number than a bucket of rocks, if I may say so. Because they're not educated by the schools I was educated. And I defy anyone who want to debate me, and I'll debate you.
All right.
But you better bring facts. No, bring your facts and bring a book of facts with you. Because that's what we're going to talk about. We're not going to talk about BS. And what you think is, see, there's no two sets of facts.
OG, I got to run, man. I can't keep up with you, buddy. I got to go.
I know you can.
All right. I'll be back. AM 560, KBRU.
Sprague Sports is Yuma's hunting and shooting headquarters. Why? Because Sprague Sports is the difference. Where else can you buy, sell, trade, or consign firearms with free expert appraisals always? There's nothing like Sprague Sports. With local price matching, you can buy with confidence at Sprague's. And all Sprague firearms come with a lifetime warranty. And talk about customer service. There's a gunsmith always on duty. And there's expert one-day sight-in service. But that's not all. Sprague Sports has got training classes, including Arizona CCW, First Shot, Hunter's Education, and more. Sprague's handles Glock, Blue Label pistols, and is your NFA dealer in suppressors and full autos. That's why we call them the experts. And Sprague's is Yuma's Yeti headquarters, the best Yeti selection and free ice for life. Sprague's has 15 lanes of certified indoor shooting range and gun rentals you can try before you buy. That's Sprague Sports, Yuma's hunting and shooting headquarters. Responsible gun ownership since 1956. 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
Crime is already skyrocketing in 2026. Now, you may already own a firearm, but before you face the financial, the legal, the emotional weight of pulling that trigger, there is new technology, a smarter option. It's non-lethal. BYRNA.com. Berta makes less lethal launchers. It fires tear gas, pepper spray, kinetic rounds. It is designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. That gives you time to escape. That gives you time to get help without deadly consequences. Now, remember, it fires at 400 feet per second, and it has serious stopping power enough to shut down a threat very fast without the legal, moral complexity of using lethal force. And every single launcher hand-assembled in beautiful Fort Wayne, Indiana. Legal in all 50 states, no background check, and they'll ship it straight to your door. Just go to BYRNA.com today and find the right launcher for you and your family. That's BYRNA.com.
AM 560 KBLU. Russ Clark with you. And I have a caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Russ.
How are you, sir?
Oh, man, I'm damn near throwing my phone against the wall. Oh, gee, original grumpy old man.
Oh,
my God. It just irritates me so much. I mean, he has some good points.
Sure.
He definitely knows history. He's lived a lot of it. But when he's telling you that you are defending someone and you're clearly calling her out for her, tactics.
Yeah.
And he claims to be never wrong. He's always right.
Well, you and I ought to take him out to lunch, man.
Oh, man. I told you, every time I come in there, I can't wait for him to call in, and I never get the opportunity to take him on.
I don't know that it would be productive.
I'm not sure. I would try to be polite, but man,
Good. I tried.
He's so right, and everyone else is wrong.
Yeah.
It gets old after a while. I'm glad you finally cut him off.
Well, yeah, he was jumping around a lot. I didn't, following him was torturous. Yeah,
Oh yeah, he definitely likes hearing his own voice.
yeah.
He'd probably hate listening now.
See, he may call in to complain about you again. Because I don't screen calls. I just answer what rings.
He's called in several times after I've called in and corrected him. Whatever. I'll go back to listening. I just had to keep that off my chest.
Well, good. Have a great day, buddy.
You too.
Bye. Of course, I was mad, Mike. You see somebody. Oh, it was Mel. Mel Shoney. Remember Mel? Yeah, he asked me why Trump is closing the Kennedy Center. I'll tell you that after the phone call. You're on the air.
Hey, Russ.
Good morning. Good morning, Gilbert.
Hey, you got any booty left?
No, man. I'm all chewed up this morning. Go ahead.
I'm telling you, man. Woo, man. I thought I was hearing a badger.
Nah, he's aggressive. He's aggressive. Still, I've never met him at all.
Yeah,
but I would take him to lunch. He's interesting.
Oh yeah, I was woken up this morning by coyotes.
Okay.
Coyotes were out in the back 40, where I live at out in Wash, and one was chirping. I mean, she was really barking and howling, and I go, wow, that's cool that they're up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Is it waking you up? That's cool. Yeah.
Hey, so tell me something about Galeo going to Nevada.
Don't know. He didn't know he did. I don't know about his trip to Nevada.
Oh, I thought when the way I read it at first, I thought he's going to transfer his Democratic BS to Nevada. I was curious. What was that all about?
I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know he went there.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's gone yet, but he's going to Nevada.
Okay.
Come on, Russ. You're our first vice chair. You got to know that. You can tell us.
I do my best, buddy. But I hadn't heard about that.
Wow. Well, then we lost the seat in Texas. A Democrat took a seat yesterday or Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah. So, we need to polish our act up. We really do. We really do. We're going against the bad guys. We're going against Satan, the media, the Democrats. Not Democrats, but the socialists and communists. They have invaded America. They've done it since the 60s. There's a lot of things that's gone wrong with America, and people are talking about how bad Trump is. Well, let me give you a couple of things that I've seen in my lifetime. I'm 75 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen our government spray pesticides on our troops. We lost 58,000 some odd Americans in Vietnam. That's during the war. I don't know how many we've lost since Vietnam with Agent Orange. So that was the Democrat that was spraying all that poison, right?
Right.
Am I correct in that? LBJ?
Well, I can't say it was a political thing at all.
Well, I'm not saying it was a political thing.
Okay.
I'm just saying that it was the Democrats that pushed that.
Well,
they knew what that pesticides would do.
I've never read anything saying that they knew it ahead of time. But of course, we're talking Agent Orange mostly. That was a disaster, a horrible thing.
Well, hell, even the pot smokers wouldn't smoke the pot from Mexico that was sprayed with paraquat because they knew what was happening.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Well, no, I wasn't aware of that. But the I can't. I mean, it was a horrible disaster, and hopefully one we learn from. But I don't see it was political at all.
Oh, that's good. Anyway, a Democrat was involved with that. And then we had the Democrats that had, the KKK, Jim Crow.
Yeah.
We had the Democrats that didn't want black people, even entertainers, couldn't entertain in certain motels. They can entertain, they could entertain, but they couldn't stay there or they couldn't eat there. That was the policy at the time. Then we had Jimmy Carter. God bless Jimmy Carter. You know, he was a weak president, good Christian man, but he was a weak president, and he was controlled by the Democratic Party. So he did a lot of bad things. The recessions of the '70s, I remember because I was part of that recession. And then you had, Obama. What did Obama do? And you had Clinton. Both of them, and Biden, they had ICE. They all had ICE. Remember that little kid that was taken out of his home and he was all over the front page of the newspaper with
Emilio or something like that.
It was an ICE agent, right? That took him out of his home.
Right in Florida.
Yeah. You know, but they didn't make a big thing.
That was Janet Reno that ordered all that. Yeah.
And she was under who?
Clinton.
Right. And who ordered Waco?
Janet Reno.
Under
Clinton. What?
And what that standoff in the forest? I can't remember where the whole family was killed.
Yeah.
The father was killed for sure.
I don't remember the dates on that. I don't remember that.
Yeah, but that was under Reno and Clinton, right?
I don't remember exactly when that was, but it was similar to this time frame, so it could have been, yes.
Yeah. Then you had Obama that had all these kids, all these people illegal immigrants, and he put them in cages, and he did separate them. And too bad there were children that were with their parents.
But he did it for the right reason. So did Trump, and it wasn't either one of them personally involved. But Border Patrol, customs officials because there were so many people coming over with kidnapped kids or with kids that they paid because they got preferential family treatment, and they wanted to protect the children. And it gets put into this kids in cages things, which is a horrible. And it was Obama that it was under his administration all those cages were built. They weren't cages; they were rooms. They were rooms, but they were done with fencing material so that there was high visibility and all that stuff, so that those kids were not abused.
I agree with you, Russ. But who's the one that were caught in cages? Wasn't it the media?
Yeah. As soon as Obama left, they were cages.
Yeah, there were cages. There were cages.
Exactly.
So we had all that stuff. Then we have Biden, right? We got Biden. What did he do? And what I'm getting at is the Democratic Party, and I'm sorry to say Democratic Party, but we should just say Democrats that are in that party are destroying America. And we got socialist parties that are engulfed with the Democratic Party. We have a communist party that's involved with the Democratic Party. So they are very good at causing hate and discontent between our races.
A lot of violence going on, a lot of anger, so for sure.
A lot of, and you see all these people that are getting interviewed, and the way they're talking, they're all talking that ICE is doing all this, but no one's mentioning the violence that's coming from the people, the protesters.
Well, I think it's all coming from there. I don't see ICE is violent at all. I mean, they have to wrestle people that are resisting arrest. They have to wrestle with people that attack them. But
I think you misunderstood me, Russ. What I'm getting at, the media is now bringing out the violence from the protesters.
No,
and they're selling it to the people, the common people that really don't pay attention. What I'd like to see, Russ, I really would like to see this. Being of sound mind, I'd like to get these kids that were out protesting. I'd like to get them in a room and ask each one of them, why were you protesting?
Good luck.
You know what?
Good luck. They're not going to talk to you. They're not going to talk to you.
Then you had this woman, I forgot where she was at, a black teacher. Now this is really crazy. A black teacher got her kindergarten class and took them out to a protest.
Sounds like child abuse to me, but okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. But what's really sad is the media didn't put her down for doing that.
Yeah.
If a Republican would have done that, holy moly, so this is what we're at. We're worried about the elections. we need to start talking really hard, because you got your Latino population that voted for Trump. All of a sudden, they're not voting for Trump, and it's because of all this ICE crap that's coming out.
I would be curious to drill down into that and see if that's really something that says that we've lost Latino votes. I don't believe so, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, well, if you look at the protesters in Phoenix and Tucson and other areas, you're seeing a lot of them starting to protest. Now, I don't know whether they're doing that to get paid or they believe what the media is selling them.
Right.
I
don't know. I'm sure we'll know more before the election on that. But I think most people that are Americans and are supporting the fact that they're cleaning up criminals and taking these illegals out. I would think so. And I don't care about their nationality or anything. I think most people want safety.
Oh, you and I agree on that, but the media plays that.
Of course,
the media,
of course, and that's
what we have to fight.
That's to push opinions. Yes, correct.
Yes. That's what I'm getting at. That's what
This is News Talk 560 KBLU, Yuma.
Democrats get another seat in Congress. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, making the Republican House majority even slimmer, 218 to 214. Fox's Bill Malugin reports from the Capitol.
Texas Democrat Representative Christian Menifee just won a special election, and if Speaker Johnson swears him into Congress today, House Republicans' majority will be down to just one single vote. This, as Democrats are increasingly emboldened to fight DHS funding and ICE. What is clear is that the Department of Homeland Security needs to be dramatically reformed.
That's Democratic Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries on ABC this week as Republicans work to end a partial government shutdown, maybe by tomorrow, providing funding through September. Except for Homeland Security, it only gets 2 weeks worth in a compromise the Senate approved on Friday. A 5-year-old boy and his father controversially detained last month in the much protested Minnesota immigration enforcement. They've been returned home after a federal judge was ordered Saturday. And ICE came up last night at the Grammy Awards, where Fox's Michelle Polino reports Kendrick Lamar made history,
winning Best Rap Album for Gianna and breaking Jay-Z's record for most Grammy wins by a rapper. He also took home Record of the Year with for Luther. But the night's biggest winner was Bad Bunny, taking Album of the Year and Best Musica Urbana Album for DTMF.
You're going to say I out
Cliff Curtis from the CBS Recording Academy. Bad Bunny was the only artist to speak out against ICE. British artist Olivia Dean, who won Best New Artist, and Billie Eilish, honored for Song of the Year for Wildflowers, also addressed the issue.
That's what President Trump posted on Truth Social after where the Grammys are the worst and was virtually unwatchable. It's Groundhog Day, and Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow in Pennsylvania, which means 6 more weeks of winter abound. There's a lot of snow and ice and freaking fall already as they dig out from a big storm in the Carolinas over the weekend, and there's still tens of thousands of power outages in the South from the storm more than a week ago. Americans listening to Fox News. This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say Micro, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, Micro, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
At Progressive, we know business owners still usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money, getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, the inflation party warrant is completely new plan.
Surprise you will. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Dental Care Company.
From the New Invest Arena in Murray. Locals held another peaceful protest against ICE over the weekend on the corner by Dunkin' Donuts on 4th Avenue. Protesters stood on the corner holding signs together in solidarity to speak out against the actions of ICE agents. Protesters said they're out there to help make the community aware of what's happening in the world around us. And locals took a trip to the past through the Wild West days in the territorial prison. From stunt shows to live country western music, the event gave locals the chance to dive into the Wild West culture. With activities and entertainment for all ages, it always draws a big crowd. Over 1,500 people traveled to Yuma Territorial Prison for the event and helped celebrate its 150th anniversary. Proceeds from the event went to the Territorial Prison's maintenance and conservation. Catch us on the TV side on News 11 every weekday at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. for your latest local news, weather, and sports.
DC.
Hey, about 60 KBLU. Russ Clark with you. It's the second hour on a Monday morning, 7 o'clock. 7:05, actually. Couple things. Phones are on hold for just a second. Let me wrap a few things up. Gilbert asked me about Gallego going to Nevada. I didn't know anything about that. That's, of course, Ruben Gallego, our Arizona senator. And indeed, he did on February 1st. He was already there with to celebrate the late Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid. And but more than that, according to Axios, it's the latest sign that Gallego and Pritzker, because Pritzker was all that, J.B. Pritzker, out of Illinois, they're setting themselves up for a possible run for the White House. So we've got a U.S. Senator, Gallego, set himself up for a run for the White House because the Democratic Party will host the inaugural Fighting the Good Fight event in Las Vegas and plans to make it an annual event to honor Reid and the political machine he built in the state before his death in 2021. And it's likely to become a magnet for potential presidential candidates. Nevada probably will be among the first states to vote in the 2028 presidential primary for the Democrats. No, I didn't know that until Gilbert called. I didn't have any idea. From my fact checker Edward, public schools and DMV are still closed 8 days after the storm. You know, we really did have a lot of cold snaps, a lot of cold storms, a lot of ice, a lot of snow, cold temperatures. East, south, southeast, Midwest. I mean, it was devastating. There was a lot of stuff out there. I'd read that up to, I think it was 80 people died in the storms across the nation. I think I have that right. Let me see. I have it here somewhere. Well, okay, yeah, I do have something on the temperature. Yeah, nearly 80 people died from the storms in at least 16 states. And that was just, we just finished that in the month of January with all these this cold weather and this cold winter. Now, Patonksy Phil, not Bill. He saw a shadow, so it's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. Not happy times for the East Coast. In fact, they're supposed to be getting another extreme weather snap coming up. There's a major disruption to the polar vortex, which is coming this month, and it's a weakened polar vortex that allows the cold to come down out of Canada. It's a sudden stratospheric warming event. Occurs when temperatures high in the atmosphere rise rapidly, weaken, or even breaking apart the winds that normally confine cold air near the North Pole. When this happens, the polar vortex can split or shift, allowing frigid Arctic air to spill south into the eastern United States. So energy companies across the South are asking Americans to conserve energy during high peak usage windows as a prolonged Arctic blast tightens its grip on the nation. Below average temperatures are very likely across Great Lakes, the Northeast, even the Southeast. Temperatures in the West will remain warmer than average for the month, so we got that going for us. So these guys have already been hammered, and it looks like the hammering is not done. Intense and powerful nor'easter storms, and this is what's already happened, hit the southeast, bringing heavy snows to the Carolinas, Virginia. Historic snowfall was recorded in North and South Carolina. And like Edward tells me, schools are still closed there in the Washington, D.C. area. He lives in Virginia, but it's right there in the Washington, D.C. area. Wow. The weather continues to be frightful. If you live on the east, I guess we're in pretty good shape. What else? Oh, Mel had asked me about the Kennedy Center closing, which is true. It is. The Kennedy Center is going to close on July 4th, not permanently, just for reconstruction. Trump is a builder, obviously. He's redone the White House within the first month. I mean, not architecturally, but just for infrastructure. The hardware, plumbing, electrical was a mess apparently, and he spent a month working around the clock, with his guys, added to to go 24/7 to get that wrapped up, so that everything was working properly. And of course, we know about the ballroom, where it's going to be a 90,000 square foot White House ballroom. It's going to seat 650 people. It's seated people in there, so it's really tremendously good size. And they've been working on that. They had to tear down part of some office structures on the side of the White House there, and get that done. And that upset some people. People that don't like Trump particularly, just like, well, you can't do that. That's yes, you can. He did. He did that, and he's building an arc to Trump. It's planned to commemorate the 250th anniversary next year, or this year, I guess. And I don't know how it's going to be done in time. No, it isn't. Yeah, it's next year. Okay, so he's got time. So that's already under construction, or I think it's on it. I don't think they broke ground yet. There hasn't been a shovel in the ground, but they're probably already cutting the parts for building it, I would think. But the Kennedy Center, he says construction will begin what he described as a new and spectacular entertainment complex. After a year-long review with contractors, arts experts, other advisors, it's going to be temporarily closed to allow the renovations to complete faster and at a higher quality than if the construction was carried out while performances continued. It's the fastest way to elevate the center, adding that the planned great reopening would surpass previous visions of the venue. Funds to carry out the renovation were already in place. He didn't say where or who's paying for it. He didn't provide an estimate of cost or anything. Now, the Kennedy Center has hundreds of performances every year. It's home to several resident companies. And nothing's clear about where these companies are going to perform, if they're going to perform in a different venue or anything. Now, Trump likes the Kennedy Center. He's somebody that goes to events, so he's closing himself out for 2 years is what it's estimated. That seems like a long time for him. But, so it tells me maybe he's got government workers doing it, or government contracts. Unlike the White House, I think it was a mixture. I think where his guys ran it and got it done quickly. In the ballroom, we know it's private money, so that's why it can. I can't believe they're going to build a brand new 90,000 square foot building in less time it takes to renovate the Kennedy Center. So I wonder, or the Trump Kennedy Center. I wonder what it's going to look like. I have no idea. The art, by the way, is going to welcome visitors crossing the Arlington Memorial Bridge from Arlington National Cemetery into the heart of the nation's capital. Well, that makes it sound like it's going to be right over the roadway. I didn't know that, and I'll have to check that. The Oval Office has been redone with gold accents. It's lining the ceiling, door trims, and a lot of fireplaces, a lot of other things in the Oval Office. Of course, he's added the Presidential Walk of Fame, which shows Biden as an auto pin, which is rude, but funny. Well, we'll see. We'll see where that all goes. But I think it's great to be doing that. It's nice to see. It's nice to see the renovations and the stuff. I mean, I love going to DC. This will be something new to see for sure. Phone lines are open 928-344-5258. ICE arrests 650 illegal aliens in West Virginia, all across West Virginia, with local police backing. And that's important. Local police backing, something we don't normally get. ICE just did a press release, and the operation that they did ran from January 5th to January 19th, involved 14 federal, state, and local law enforcement partners. ICE deployed teams to Charleston, Martinsburg, Beckley, Moorfield, Morgantown, Huntington, all part of the operation. 650 illegal aliens, including individuals ICE says pose threats to public safety and national security, as well as others who entered the country illegally. The operation demonstrates how strong partnerships between ICE and West Virginia law enforcement agencies enhance public safety and the integrity of our immigration system. More of that news needs to get out there. Now, there were no deaths at all. Everything was smooth. People were arrested. Law enforcement assisted. They give a couple of individual arrests here, but convicted sex abusers and other things that they came on. The sheriff's office, and this is according to Jefferson County Sheriff Tom Hansen. The sheriff's office was impressed with the professionalism and work ethic of the agents and how well they interacted with the citizens and local law enforcement officers. I guess they didn't have whistles in their ears, screaming and yelling, people punching ICE officers and grabbing, the people away from them as they were trying to make arrests or kicking the taillights out of their cars. Yeah, the police kept all that under control in those states. In this state, anyway, West Virginia. So working with such high caliber group of agents who were assigned to Jefferson County made the decision to support the initiative worthwhile. We are also gratified that throughout this program, we have the opportunity to remove numerous dangerous criminals from our community. That shouldn't shock anybody. I wonder if they read those reports up in Minnesota where they're fighting and getting people killed. I don't know they care. They've got a different mission. There's something different. Going on with them. I don't think. I mean, maybe they're hiding the fraud. Maybe they want to stop the investigations by Pam Bondi. I don't know. They'd have to tell you that, but all that would make sense to me if that was it, because they're getting people hurt. They're getting ICE officers attacked. There's 2 people that have lost lives because of these attacks, and it's just unacceptable. And yet, I blame the government of Minnesota, not the federal government, the government of Minnesota, that wholeheartedly support this fight the federal officers, resist. It's coming from the governor down. And people are getting hurt, people getting killed. It's unacceptable, completely unacceptable. The Melania documentary that we talked a little bit about. The documentary on Melania, and that's the name of it, Melania. It's over at the Harkins right now. It details 20 days in the First Lady's life before President Donald Trump's second term in office. It's the best opening weekend for a documentary in over a decade. With low critic scores, though, no one expected that. This article, according to a Hollywood Reporter, no one saw that coming, many suggesting Melania was a bomb before it even opened, based on empty or nearly empty seat maps in cinemas across country. Now, they say empty seats, but the pictures I've seen and the stuff I just heard today from a caller that said in Harkins it was 3/4 full, which is huge. I've been to many movies over there, and I rarely see it full. I don't always go on opening days, but I rarely see it full. Rolling Stone magazine reported on Sunday, Millennia, 20 Days to History is proving the haters and losers wrong. The Brett Ratner directed documentary chronicles 3 weeks in the life of the incoming First Lady has overperformed expectations. Vanity reported the film was eclipsing box office expectations. While Deadline claimed Melania had crushed it exactly where she was supposed to in red areas, despite concerns about a great deal of juicing at the box office. New York Times called the numbers face-saving results for the First Lady. But even New York Times had predictions of a bomb beforehand. On Saturday, analysts projected roughly 8 million in domestic ticket sales for nearly 2-hour film. Actual amount 7 million suggested opening day was front-loaded with Mrs. Trump's fans. Possibly, I think that's the point. I mean, when you get a movie star that has a lot of box office charm, I guess their fans front load. They do. Let's take a phone call. You're on the air.
Hey, Russ. Good morning. It's Bruce.
Good morning, Bruce.
Hey, I need some advice.
Go ahead.
We've never been in an accident, and they hit one of my kids from behind and totaled the car. But they want to take the car out of here in the Phoenix, then analyze it, and then tell me how much they're going to offer it. But they have no intentions of bringing the car back, and I still owe on it. So is that normal? Is that the normal thing they do now?
I don't know, but I've never heard of that.
And it's farmer's insurance. I mean,
Yeah.
like the accident happened on a Saturday, and then on Tuesday, hey, we want to pick the car up. I'm like, whoa, time out. You haven't even told me what you want to give me for it or anything. And the bank's like, no, the car doesn't need to leave, Bruce. You need to figure that out before you release it to them. So I was just wondering if anybody ever heard of it and could give me some advice, because I don't have no idea.
I've had cars totaled before. My wife was once rear-ended and totaled a Mitsubishi Tredia we had. And I didn't even think about it, but they took it away, and they gave me, calls and told me what they were willing to settle. And it was at a local junkyard, so I could go and pull some things out of it.
Correct. But, I mean, we were able to drive her to the house because the accident didn't happen too far. But,
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't even mentioned money-wise or anything like that. They just want to pick it up and take it. So I just
No.
didn't know if that's how people do business now, or
I haven't.
we just don't have no adjusters or people in our town to do the same thing.
I would assume their adjusters are all in Phoenix, and that's what they like to do. I'm assuming. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you
I was just wondering if anybody can give me some advice. I'd appreciate it.
do you want the car? Do you want to keep the car?
No, it's total.
Then
I
what
would love it.
what difference does it make if it goes to Phoenix?
Well, we still owe on it. What happens?
Well, generally that insurance policies will pay directly to the
bank.
finance organizations, because there's a lien on it.
Correct, and that's what we're concerned. But the bank told me no, they hadn't heard of it, and they didn't want it to be released to them unless they already figured all that out. And I'm like, okay. He goes, the bank told me you're still ultimately responsible if they take it and then something happens along the way. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Now that's absolutely true, but I would be surprised if something would happen and they'd say, "Well, I can't find your car." If they pick it up,
Yeah, but
they'll
I'm
be
just being
responsible.
honest. I've never heard of it, and I
Yeah.
tried to do some research, and I still can't find anything. I just don't want to get hosed if that's not the way people do business now.
You're going to get hosed, buddy. That I do know. They're always going to offer you less than what you expect, and that's open for negotiations, I guess. They always going to go to lowball. They're always going to lowball. Okay. And then it's
Well, I
an
appreciate it, Russ.
argument. Okay. But
All right.
I don't know what difference it makes if it goes here or goes to a Yuma organization or a Phoenix organization. You don't really want the car, but make sure you.
No, we don't. But I also don't want them to, like you said, the lowball you and they keep it. I asked them, do you have any intention of bringing it back if we don't agree? No.
Well, the car's not worth anything. So
No,
I mean,
it's not.
if you took
Done.
it to a junk car, it's worth a couple $100. So
Yes.
it doesn't matter whether the car's in your possession or not in your possession. your disagreement is going to be with the insurance company. That's where you negotiate on what that car's worth, and they're going to lowball you and embarrass you and say and I know they did that on my Tredia, and we were able to push more out of them. But I think they look for that. It's like buying things in Mexico. It's a debate.
Well, I appreciate it. I just was trying to figure things out. I figured I'd ask.
Well, and your daughter's okay?
She is. She's
okay.
She's recovering.
All right, man. Good. Sore, bruised, beat up?
Oh, yeah.
Goes with the territory.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Russ.
Thank you, man. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was Bruce. Yeah, I've never heard of them taken away, but it makes sense. They're a business, and they may have a centralized processing for that. And we deal with assessors all the time within the auto industry, not usually body damage, but mechanical. Because it's so popular now that people are getting insurance on their vehicles for repairs, maintenance, engines, transmissions, big repairs, and they can be very expensive. An engine can run, $3,000 to $10,000, and so quite often we'll get a car in that has insurance. We have to call the insurance company, and they know us now. I mean, they understand our diagnostics ability and all that, and it's not, quite often, because Chris, is the one that handles all that, and he's well respected in the community, well respected, with all that. That they know him, they trust him, and they're only going to send out somebody for a very expensive or weird, which is fine. We welcome them to come in and take a look, but we don't send them to Phoenix. Of course, that's a car we're repairing or whatever, and looking at and working with these extended warranty people. And yes, if you're getting an extended warranty on a vehicle, some of them are terrible and some of them are very good. I don't have a list of which is which. Chris would be a biggest help on that. He deals with it every day. But I've seen people spend a lot of money on these insurances and get disappointed when they have real problems and everything's denied for various reasons. Just be careful. If you're going to get an insurance on a car for extended warranty, just know that you can't make alterations to that vehicle. You can't lift it or put turbochargers on it or change the computer or any of that stuff. If you do, when it's in the writing of these insurances, it voids the warranty. And it's been very sad that we've had people that have had voided warranties after they pay good money for warranty, and their car has been modified and the warranty is voided. That's something that you have to declare, talk about with the insurance company and work that out before you do that. So if you've got a pickup truck and you raised it 3 inches, you could void that warranty. You could have a drivetrain problem, a transmission problem, or some other drivetrain problem, and they're saying sorry. We it's in your paperwork. You can't. You voided your warranty when you did that, and justifiably, because a lot of times you do those lifts wrong, they put a lot of extra strain on that drivetrain, and you can tear it up really quickly. I'm going to take a break and we'll be back. AM 560 KBLU.
This is as real as it gets. Get up, get kids up, feed the dog, feed the kids, out the door, work, pick up kids, dinner, bath, bed, repeat. You strive all day to make life better for them. So why not make life better for you? Get strive-free checking at Avenir Financial. No frills, no fuss, no monthly fee. Open a strive-free checking today at avenirfinancial.org. Certain restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
At Hospice of Yuma, we believe that everyone deserves compassionate care, especially when it matters most. As the area's only nonprofit hospice, our mission is simple: to provide high-quality, compassionate care to all who need it, regardless of their ability to pay. Our team of skilled professionals and dedicated volunteers work tirelessly to ensure that your loved ones receive the care and support they deserve. We focus on comfort and dignity, helping families navigate this difficult time with grace and understanding. Choose Hospice of Yuma for quality care that puts you and your family first. For more information, please contact us at 928-343-2222.
Forecast for today, 80 with partly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy and 51, 83 and sunny tomorrow, 59 tomorrow night. Not much wind the next 2 days. Winds will pick up again on Wednesday, but we'll warm to 86 for the high that day.
What's up, Yuma, and hello, Russ Clark Show listeners. Johnny Porter here, and I just made the switch to Allo Fiber, and it's a game changer. Lightning fast speeds for streaming, working from home, and gaming. No buffering or slowed down speeds. It's time to ditch the glitch and switch to Allo Fiber.
Crime is already skyrocketing in 2026. Now, you may already own a firearm, but before you face the financial, the legal, the emotional weight of pulling that trigger, there is new technology, a smarter option. It's non-lethal. BYRNA.com. Berta makes less lethal launchers. It fires tear gas, pepper spray, kinetic rounds. It is designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. That gives you time to escape. That gives you time to get help without deadly consequences. Now, remember, it fires at 400 feet per second, and it has serious stopping power, enough to shut down a threat very fast, without the legal, moral complexity of using lethal force. And every single launcher hand assembled in beautiful Fort Wayne, Indiana. Legal in all 50 states, no background check, and they'll ship it straight to your door. Just go to BYRNA.com today and find the right launcher for you and your family. That's BYRNA.com.
There's a man in D.C. He stands 6'3". He's fighting for you.
Hey, I'm 560 KBLU. Russ Clark with you. It's 7:30 on a beautiful Monday morning. Phone line 928-344-5258. I received correspondence from an ICE agent that was in West Virginia, praising the local county sheriffs and deputies in West Virginia, and their cooperation, and how great the teamwork was and all that, which is good to hear. I mean, we don't hear enough of that, because all we get filled up with is with Minnesota and Minneapolis, which is fighting it day to day, where they're doing good work. I didn't realize it was 650 illegal aliens they captured just in that 2-week period there in West Virginia, which means there was a lot of intelligence going on before they got there. They would have to know who they're going after and what their strategies are ahead of time. Let's take a phone call. You're on the air.
Hello, good morning, Bush.
Hey, good morning. Hey, wait. Turn your radio down.
Got it.
Go ahead, man.
Trump is doing something good now. He's pulling out ICE. That's good. That means that all the riffraffs and the killers and rapists are going to be going out of the holes and start working again.
Where's it? Who's pulling out? Where in Minnesota?
Trump said he's going to pull the ICE so that the police department has a problem.
Wow, and that's in Minnesota. Is that where you're talking?
Minnesota.
Oh, well.
That way, the people are Pendarawa and all those guys are hiding in holes, rat holes. They're going to come out and start working again.
Yeah, doing illegal stuff. Now, my understanding, and this is from Elon Omar, it's the first I heard of it, that they were going to withdraw 850 Homeland Security personnel, but then they were going to start, letting the locals work with it. So I think that, I mean, I don't know. I haven't read anything on it other than that.
Well, he said that last night.
Okay.
They're going to pull him out.
Tom Homan? Okay. Well, and it makes sense if a lot of that Homeland Security people were up there to back up ICE. If they're getting back up locally, that's better for everybody.
Yeah, well, they'll be sorry, all those people that are protesting ICE. When this problem gets bigger, they'll be sorry.
But Tom Homan's not leaving Minneapolis. Tom Homan's staying there until it's done, is what he said, and I believe it. But he may be reducing his force because he's getting cooperation. If that's the case, that's good. If it's not, then we're in trouble.
Yeah, we'll be in trouble, big trouble.
Yeah, I don't believe
they'll
they're
be
gonna.
sorry. They're doing their work. They don't let them work with all that spit in the face and cussing the people. I'm a firecracker. When they start calling me names, I get mad.
Yeah.
They spit in the face and saying the F word on you. I grew up in Sealy, and every Sunday we'd go, and it was anything you said a bad word, you were in trouble at school.
Yeah, it's not just the bad words, and you're right, but all the distractions, the blowing of the whistles, the horns, the screaming, the yelling, the picking, grabbing, kicking cars, and all that. They're already in a highly dangerous situation. And
when I said the F word at school,
yeah,
when I was young, they took me to the office, drop your pants, and the dean got this paddle with holes,
yeah,
and I got that was the last time I said a bad word in school.
yeah. Maybe we should be doing that to the protesters.
Well, there's going to be a lot of dropping pants. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I got to go.
All right.
I'm driving again.
Yeah.
Going west.
Yeah. All right,
Go
well, you
west,
have a great
man.
trip. Thank
Go
you for
west.
thank you for the call.
Okay,
all right,
bye.
All right, buddy. Bye bye. Where was I? I just got a note from a listener that says get your own quotes for repair on your car. And this is back to Bruce. Get your own parts for your, and go local, then negotiate with them. If it's not totaled, that is, and maybe it's not totaled. I don't know. Maybe you get some local quotes and say it's not totaled. Yeah, you may not want to release that car yet. Then just have some people look at it, give you some quotes, and they may look at it and agree with the insurance company and tell you it's totaled. But I think that's good advice. That's real good advice. See, I already covered Milani, except that I want to mention here was one of the listeners reminded me, $40 million was spent on the documentary, and another $35 million was spent on marketing. So they've got a long way to go to get the $75 million investment back, but apparently it's going to end up on Prime Video, which they make money on, and it'll be out there for a while. They'll recoup costs through licensing deals. But they think it's off to a great start, and then it's going to pay for itself. The Melania, and it is playing at the Harkins right now. Let me see. Phone lines are open, 928-344-5258. Zips Sports and Grill. This is something that happened last week, and it lasted for a while. I think they've got more than a dozen locations, 14, 15 locations of bars and grills called Zips up in Phoenix. Well, they had a major problem last week, and I'll tell you after the phone call. You're on the air.
Okay, this is for Bruce.
Okay.
Here's where I stand on this, and I think I know what's going on with him. If his car is totaled, how much upside down is he? Number one, I mean, did he owe more money on the car than what it was actually worth at Blue Book time before the accident?
Right.
And if he didn't have a total payoff, with his insurance company, the people that ran into him are liable. So I'm thinking if the other people's insurance want to take it up there and see, okay, are we going to give him this amount? Was it worth this? But I still wouldn't let it leave town. That's just my opinion. I would say, if you didn't have to pay the storage fees on it, and like he said she could drive it home.
Yeah.
But I think what they're trying to figure out, okay, how much money is he going to lose on this vehicle since it was a fairly new vehicle?
Don't know. And that's a good point. If it's drivable, leave it in your driveway. Don't pay storage fees. Storage fees will eat you alive.
Well, I've worked in automotive half my life, and a lot of it was with Dick Rautenberg.
Yeah.
And I see all this stuff going on back in the old days with Allstate. Allstate would send a guy down to Yuma and do an inspection and say, okay, God, this car was really nice. Too bad they got totaled out. And it was uninsured. And he was dealing with uninsured insurance.
Right.
Which you just pretty much have to have here. But he said he's dealing with farmers. And we always had bad luck with farmers insurance here in Yuma.
Oh, I've never heard good or bad. I don't know.
Guarantee you. I got hit by a car once, and it took me like 2 years to get my claim settled.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
What was there because of that was medical?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Usually
Well, I nearly broke my
the
hip.
car itself, the mechanical gets a little more quickly.
Oh, I wasn't in a car.
What?
I wasn't even up against the truck when I got hit.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah, put me out of work for a while. Anyways, that's what I was going to let you know is I would not let it leave my house no matter what. If he was upside down, financially on it, then they should make him right, even if he just breaks even. But for some reason, it sounds like they're going to owe him money.
don't know. Yep.
Because I'm
Good
sure he had
question.
to put money down or trade in or something like that, so he probably wasn't upside down on it.
I have no idea, but it's you never win. You never win in these deals.
No, but I would talk to my insurance company and say, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I don't think it was his insurance company though. I think it was the other company because he said farmers.
I don't know. Well,
No.
I'll talk to him again.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Mr. Andy. The Zip Sports Bar and Grill was shut down by Homeland Security on last Monday, a week ago. All of them. I mean, they raided all of them at the same time, all locations, and shut them down. Let me tell you, take a phone call and tell you why. You're on the air.
Hey, Russ, good morning. This is Jesse.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, on the immigration thing, I remember 1976, January 21st, 22nd. I begged my mom and dad to take me down we lived on 14th Street, and the Freedom Train was downtown by the railroad exit, where you get the Southwest Road, the railroad. And the Freedom Train was parked there, and all the kids from school were going there, and it was just a big, big thing. And I remember it was raining and drizzling, and my mom and dad were dressed beautiful, and I saw the Constitution, I saw Will Chamberlain's shoe, just so many displays. And everywhere I walked, there was patriotic songs, every heart beats boom for the red, white, and blue. And I come from an immigrant family. We're immigrants, and we loved America. And I'm 50. I got to see it with my own eyes. My own eyes have seen that the change in this 250th birthday we're coming up. I don't see the kids singing for America. I see no love for America from the immigrants.
Yep.
I believe that the immigrants have a duty before their rights to exercise their responsibilities and quit bitching about their rights.
How do we get there, Jesse? I agree with you, but how do we get there?
Every heart beats boom, the song said. It was in the culture. It was in the songs. It was in every kitchen table. It was in every conversation. You and I right now, we're at church.
Yeah.
Two brothers talking. Everywhere we go, we have to espouse the greatness of America like we did in 1976.
Man, I agree with you completely. I hope we can get it all back because we've got a lot of forces working against us.
I know. I'm working with you too, brother. We're going to keep working.
Thank you, man. Take care, buddy. Bye-bye. As Mr. Jesse, always upbeat. The Zips that was closed down was because they got some informants, some people called to let them know that employer was employing people illegally and fabricating paperwork, fabricating I-9s and identifications. So somebody blew a whistle and said, "Look, these guys are not up front at the Zips Sports Bar, Sports Grill in the Valley." Agent Eric Udenis says, "Everyone, when you get employed, right, you fill out the I-9 forms to immigration. The employee submits it to the employer, and the employer makes it available to the government." Court records state that on March 2025, HSI received all the restaurants and Zips corporate headquarters with a notice to produce these eligibility forms. They also requested wage reports from the Arizona Department of Economic Security. The review allegedly identified 76 employees that had 3 to 42 active employers. That's a lot when you get second jobs, third jobs, or 42 extra jobs. Something's wrong. Act 42 active employers other than Zip. So somebody working there was actually working 42 other jobs at the same time. Not possible, of course. So they duplicated false identifications, of course. So the criminal complaints involved employees who were allegedly in the country illegally, falsely completing I-9 forms. One staff member is also accused of other crimes, including aggravated identity theft. Zip's hiring manager faces charges accused of falsifying forms. The employee accused of identity fraud told federal agents every manager knows that many of IDs that are used are fake. He described the fake IDs as poorly made, like a playing card. Some people explained to federal agents the various ways they gained the identification necessary to fill out the forms. Zip's ABC reached out to Zips Corporation. Of course, they can't talk, because they're working with the federal government on it right now. It's an active matter. 39 Zip employees were arrested Monday for being in the country illegal. U.S. Attorney's Office released a statement. A criminal complaint is simply a method by which a person is charged with criminal activity and raises no inference of guilt. An individual is presumed innocent until evidence is presented to a jury that established guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. I know Zips was still closed on Thursday. They were talking like they're supposed to be open. They may be open now. I didn't double check that, but they came down hard on them. They closed all the operations at once. And from listening to some of the reports that I saw on television, that's a hard thing to do. Some retired agents said that to do those kinds of operations, it takes, you need to get a different warrant for each building to coordinate that and do all that. And to get a judge to issue that is not easy. Let's take a phone call. You're on the air.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
How is it not illegal to register people to vote in parking lots?
It's not. It's not illegal.
Why?
Anybody can do that. Well, because you're just filling out the paperwork. You're helping them fill out. They fill it out, and you can sign it that you were helping or something. You can put that down there. But it's not. People can fill that out in the privacy of their homes. They can fill it out in their car. They can fill it out anywhere they want, and then they sign it, affirming that it's all correct and accurate. It's what they want to do, and then turn it in. And it doesn't matter if it's mailed in, if they turn it in person, or they give it someone else to turn it in person. That's all legitimate.
So how did they verify identification and signature?
Good question. Don't know. But that signature that they put on that form, would show up when they go to vote. To check their IDs and other things. That signature is there, and it should match.
But we're not verifying citizenship. None of that.
That is another issue. But no, we don't. We don't verify citizenship right there. But you sign that a check mark that you are a citizen of the United States.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand all that, but I don't understand that process. Isn't that a major glitch in the system? If we're doing this without any verification, somebody standing in a parking lot, having somebody fill out these voter registration forms without even verifying their citizenship, whether they're actually residents of Arizona, whatever, and then they mail it in. And I mean, that just to me is like the easiest way to commit fraud.
Well, the penalties for lying on that form are huge, including jail time. The penalties for assisting somebody lie on that is huge, including jail time. The problem with you state is not enough of it's ever followed up on.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, that is a problem.
And aren't we part of Georgia? They just went into Fulton County.
Yeah.
Took out the voter, I guess, ballots or whatever for verification. Isn't Arizona part of that investigation as well? Because we had something like 230,000 ballots that weren't verified.
Arizona's not yet, but potentially they are. And I know that there has been interest in the feds looking at it. David Laura has been notified or asked questions by the feds or something. So nothing's happened to my knowledge yet as far as coming in. Now, when they went into Fulton, they didn't come in, with a appointment saying I'm going to be there on Tuesday. They came in unannounced with saws and battering rams. To cut through anything they needed to cut through and to go get what they needed.
Yeah. Well, they've already, the Democrats in Fulton County, the officials over there have already laid groundwork. Well, we don't know who has the ballot, where they're at now, what are they doing.
Oh, and they're all scared like oh no, there might be corrupted now. No, they were corrupted by you probably. They don't need to be corrupted. Here's what my understanding is on that, from what I've read, and I don't know how true it all is. They were interested in the paper backup that happens inside the actual computer. Now, every time you use a computer digital, there still is a paper receipt printed internally in that machine. So whatever you voted for and all that stuff, it's all printed on that receipt. My understanding, and I may be wrong on this, but this is what I've read, is that they want all of those printed backups and they want to match it to the digital output. The theory is that somebody screwed with the digital part to make the digital show different than what was actually done.
Right.
But the paper backup inside will probably be different then. I don't know that to be a fact, but that's what I understand they were looking for, was that paper backup to match it to the digital receipts that they got digitally. Now, that would be interesting if it didn't match, which would be impossible if it was done correctly. But we don't. I don't know how many of those would have been destroyed, wiped out, cleaned up. I don't know. Legally, they can't be touched, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Well, exactly. But I mean, legally is one thing. Like you say, if they did it, isn't that an admission of guilt or evidence of corruption?
Yeah. Well, we know that in the state of Arizona, when they finally got to do some of the double checks on the ballots and all that stuff, and they got these machines and they had been wiped of the digital. Well, they went to a hearing and they asked, well, why'd you wipe it? And they couldn't give any answers. But they didn't wipe out the year before. They just wiped out the year we were looking at.
Right.
So we know, that would tell us that something wrong happened, but nobody went to jail over it. They're not too worried about it. No one's ever been prosecuted.
Exactly.
At that level, as far as I know. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I remember when McSally was running and she lost.
Yeah.
And Andy Biggs made a statement, that we know that there's been some cheating going on, but but that's the thing is that we need to stop it when we know about it, not wait till it continues to grow to a point to where we lose a presidential election over it.
Sally, she won. McSally won Yuma by 5% or something. She could not beat that Tucson machine.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And they weren't too worried about it because Ducey was going to appoint her anyways for the seat. And I think she stayed in there for 2 years, then ran the second time and lost.
No, that's not McSally. That was someone. That was that other senator.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. McSally was the one that ran against Grijalva that lost. Oh, you're talking about the Air Force pilot.
Yeah, isn't that McSally?
I don't think so. I hope I'm not wrong. I hope you are. I will find out though, and I'll get back to you. I appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, man. Bye-bye. Yeah, please don't let me be wrong on that. But I can't remember the names. Let me type that in. Arizona. I'm typing it in my computer. Mark Kelly is the Air Force pilot. No. Okay, I'll have to look it up later. Phone lines are open. In fact, let me take a call. You're on the air. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Russ.
Yes, sir.
I heard you talking about Zips and the bus they had over there. Prescott recently had a bust from ICE at the Colts barbecue, and they shut the place down, arrested the owners. I think it was the husband and wife. And here, I don't know, maybe about a week ago, or maybe a couple of weeks now, that it opened back up again as Docs, DOC. Oh, it's not the same people though.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, yeah. So ICE has been busy, and I'm glad to see it. So anyway, I guess Zips with their all their stores, boy, they got shut down big time.
Well, they got in trouble because it appeared that they were active in helping with falsifying documents. That's a good way to get in big trouble.
Yeah, well, I think Colts was very similar to that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't recommend it, man.
No, I wouldn't either. I mean, you're breaking the law, and you're gonna hurt for it. So anyway,
appreciate it. Thanks. Take
you
care.
bet.
All right, man. Bye-bye. Yeah, my caller was exactly right. The caller before this, it was Martha McSally. Yeah, he's right. Martha McSally was a Republican senator, former Air Force pilot that got beat out by Mark Kelly. So I was thinking of somebody running against Grijalva that won Yuma, but didn't win the Tucson area. And that one escapes me, but I'll figure it out eventually. Let me see. Trump is threatening Canada again. Oh, Canada and Trump, I mean, they're not getting along. Canada's been trying to, go to see China to get things done, which is a bad mistake. They're in our hemisphere. We're the ones that, we've got the military that kind of protects them because they don't spend even 2% on their military. The president warns of a 50% tariff on Canadian airplanes, on planes, unless Ottawa approves certification for Gulfstream 500, 600, 700, 800 jets. And apparently Canada has aircraft production. They do aircraft production in Canada. But Canada never approved the Gulfstream jets. Now, European has approved them years ago. We've approved them. But somehow Canada doesn't approve them, which forces everybody to fly Canadian-made planes in Canada. Trump has accused Canada authorities of using the process to restrict the U.S.-made Gulfstream jets, based on the fact that Canada has wrongfully, illegally, steadfastly refused to certify the Gulfstream 500, 600, 700, 800 jets, one of the greatest, most technologically advanced airplanes ever made. We are hereby decertifying the Bombardier Global Express and all aircraft made in Canada until such time a Gulfstream, a great American company, is fully certified as it should have been many years ago. Further, Canada is effectively prohibiting the sale of Gulfstream products in Canada through this very same certification process. If for any reason this situation is not immediately corrected, I'm going to charge Canada a 50% tariff on any and all aircraft sold into the United States of America. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And of course, the Canadians build Airbus A-22 commercial jets, as well as some other airplanes. I didn't know that they had snubbed the Gulfstreams, which are kind of famous airplanes. A lot of rich elites fly around in Gulfstreams. But they've not certified them for some reason, where the rest of the world has. In April, the Federal Aviation Administration and the European Union Aviation Safety Agency certified the Gulfstream G800, one of the newest ones, while the Transport Canada, which oversees aircraft certification in Canada, did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Now, it's not clear that Trump has the power to decertify anything, but, that's with the FAA. But I think he has a bully pulpit that can make him look at it real strongly. That Canada is kind of ignoring us and playing it unfairly. I don't think he's a guy that tolerates it, so I'm sure at some point he's going to get his way on that. It'll be fair trade. I think that's what it was supposed to be all along. It was supposed to be a fair trade deal between Mexico, Canada, and the United States. That's not fully enforced. We'll be back tomorrow. Life, Death, and Law up next. AM 560 KBOU.
There's a man in